Well, welcome to day 63. We did it, another 7 videos in the books. How awesome is this, right? We are almost, in another week or so, we're going to be almost 3/4 of the way through. How crazy is that? You're doing awesome. Keep it up. Listen, we got a lot done this week, right? We talked about grit. We talked about the fact that grit is largely comprised of passion and perseverance. We talked about finding what it is you're passionate about. We talked about understanding that you've got to live on purpose and in a purpose that is part of that passion. We talked about understanding that you've got to have a why that largely encompasses that purpose and that passion in order to drive you to go and get to work by persevering and showing up every single day. And we said that when you can find that passion, when you can figure out that thing that you love and that you want to do and that drives you and that is your purpose, your perseverance will increase and you will show up every single day in order to achieve that thing. We talked about finding the competition so that you could just strive through passion and purpose and perseverance to just keep going and practice deliberately by getting a little bit better. This week we talked about grit. We talked about you increasing the amount that you have so that that grit can drive you and carry you to the result that you want to achieve. So I have some words of advice for you at the conclusion of these 7 videos. Number 1 is be deliberate. That's going to be the result today. We're going to talk about that in a second. Number 2 is be passionate. And number 3 is be gritty. I want you to practice deliberately today for the result. Here's the result for today at the conclusion of these 7 videos. I want you to pick the one thing that you are most passionate about. If you did that list, that Warren Buffett list, and you have those 5 things, what of those 5 things, those goals, are you most passionate about? What are your passions? We talked about that. Well, pick the one thing you're most passionate about and the one thing you will not stop until you accomplish it, and then deliberately practice it at least 5 minutes a day or 2 days, and then do it a day. So for me, I will not stop until I sell 1 million copies of my book, Flip the Gratitude Switch. I have at least 1 to sometimes many conversations every day about Flip the Gratitude Switch. Whether I see somebody at the store, I work with somebody, it's on Facebook, I never go a day without mentioning Flip the Gratitude Switch to somebody, because I know that that is part of deliberately creating this thing that I want, that I will not stop until I get to, which is to sell 1 million copies of Flip the Gratitude Switch. At least 1 million copies. So I want you to deliberately do something for at least 5 minutes today that you are passionate about and that you will not stop until you achieve it. Because what you will do is, if you are passionate and if you will not stop and you have something to strive towards, you will see an increase on that grit scale that we did at the beginning of the week because of Angela Duckworth and her amazing book, Grit, which you still ought to go get. And when you see an increase in grit, you can virtually bank on the fact that that increase in grit will absolutely, without a doubt, lead to an increase in result achievement. Not just any result achievement, but that one single result that you want to achieve the most. So my friend, be deliberate today and do it for at least 5 minutes as your result. And next week, the next 7 videos, we're going to be a little softer, and we're going to talk about a way that part of being deliberate and how you can increase grit and increase your ability to achieve results by thinking more about others than thinking about yourself. That's going to be the next 7 videos, but for today, be deliberate for at least 5 minutes, and let's get gritty. We'll see you on the next video.